YouTube. Dude, my man, welcome back. You new to the channel, just call me Kinfolk. So look, today we're gonna talk about well, you read the title. Yes, you have been listening to music wrong. And I'm gonna tell you why. I did it too. We all done did it. You know what I'm saying? Basically everything we do in this world that we live in today, most things that we enjoy have been weaponized and used against us in a harmful manner, whether we might realize it or not. Down to food, the music that we enjoy, the movies we watch, the TV shows we watch, the video games we play. Basically almost everything has been weaponized and used against us in some shape, form, or fashion. So today I'm gonna talk about music. So if you are familiar with frequencies at all, we have been trained to listen to 440 hertz. That's the standard of music is 440 hertz. It's been the standard since about 1939, when it was adopted by the whole world as the standard frequency. In about 1917, the American Federation of Musicians accepted the 440 frequency as the standard pitch, and the US government followed suit in 1920. And it was said that Nazi propaganda minister Joseph Goebbels argued for this transition, even persuading Hitler's enemies in Britain to adopt this standard. So what did these people have to gain from changing this frequency? What's the big deal, right? It should just be a frequency. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. But these people understand that everything is a frequency. Everything has vibrations to it. The sound of my voice has a certain vibration to it. Everything you hear every day has a vibration to it. Just think about how you feel when you hear certain sounds. Think about how you feel when you hear an alarm clock. Think of that anxious feeling that you get. That's why it wakes you up. Think of that feeling that you get when you hear a siren, like a police siren or an ambulance siren, right? That's a frequency. That's a sound. It was created in that frequency to get that urge of anxiousness when you hear it. So everybody looks up, everybody looks around as soon as you hear it. If you driving on the road, you know you need to get over when you hear those lights. You looking for them. Where they at? I need to get out their way and pull over to the right. You see what I'm saying? Everything has a frequency to it. Our phones, the Wi-Fi, things that we don't hear but are constantly being transmitted to our brains. So it's very important, actually, the tune of this frequency, and they knew that, so they were trying to change it. And it's crazy because in October 1953, despite the push for 440 standard, which was known as disharmonic, the psychoacoustic laws of creation governing reality, so that's what they called it. They called it disharmonic. But actually 23,000 French musicians voted overwhelmingly in the favor of 432 hertz. So this is why you hear about, the 432 hertz versus the 440 hertz. So many musicians throughout the centuries expressed their strong preference for the 432 reference pitch. Everybody liked 432 way more than 440. It said this tuning was unanimously approved at the Congress of Italian Musicians in 1881, and it was recommended by the physicists Joseph Savoir and Felix Savart, as well as by the Italian scientist Bartolomeo Grassi Landai. I know I fucked up that name, but you know what I'm saying, y'all get where I'm going. It was actually said that the 440 frequency conflicts with human energy centers, which is another word for chakras. From the heart to the base of the spine, which are the lower four chakras. This is why you hear Kanye West spoke out about the 808, and he said it keeps you in the lower chakra. So these people know about chakras, they know about vibrations, they know about frequencies, they know all about it. That's why it's used as a weapon to control, to keep you in a lower vibration, keep you that vibration. It stimulates ego and the left brain function, which suppresses the heart to mind, the intuition and the creative inspiration. So when you hear this frequency, especially at places like concerts, we don't have to name certain concerts, but you can kind of understand now why this frequency is so dangerous, because if it's played along with the influence of other things like alcohol or different type of drugs, you can really get anybody to do anything. You can get people to act irrational. If this frequency is played at a certain sound, at a certain volume, it can do dangerous things whether you realize it or not. So it's definitely very important, the frequencies that you let inside your mind. I know some of them are kind of inevitable, like a microwave, or certain things that you use throughout your day, but you can limitate the things that you allow, that you can control. I know we have 5G towers and all these other things that have these frequencies, but we also have radios, we also have TVs, we also have cell phones, we also listen to music. So those are some things that we can control, what we let inside our minds, right? So it is said that 432 is considered bioenergetically enhancing or healing if employed intentionally. Meditation music at 432 hertz is relaxing and soothing. Like y'all should definitely try it. Like if you have never listened to music at 432 hertz, you are going to notice a big difference. Like, just listen to your favorite song normally, because normally everything is tuned to 440. So if you go on Spotify, you go on Apple Music, if you listen to the normal song as it's put out, 9 times out of 10 it's in that 440 frequency, which is why you are more prone to feel depressed. You're more prone to feeling sad, loneliness when you listen to certain songs. So some of these people, they make these sad songs, these depressing songs, and it only amplifies that same mood. So you feel those same negative energies, those same negative vibrations that music was conducted under, right? So listen to your favorite song on 440, and then listen to that same exact song, but listen to it in 432, and you're gonna notice a big difference. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it in your body. You're gonna feel it in your body. If you start listening to 432, like if you make it like your lifestyle, I promise you, if you hear 440, it's gonna start hurting your head. You're gonna start noticing the effects that it takes on your mind and your brain. I get it all the time. I listen to 432 on a regular. I do not listen to music if it's not on that frequency. And if I go somewhere and I hear it, like if I'm at the barbershop, mostly that's the only time that I hear it, my head hurts. I want to hurry up with I really be wanting him to hurry up with the haircut, because at this point I just want to leave. It's hurting my head. It's because I've tuned myself to a better frequency that's soothing to my mind, soothing to my body, right? It's also other frequencies as well, like the 528 hertz and 512. You just have to do your research on which frequency is the best for you. How do you feel when you hear these certain frequencies? And certain frequencies activate different things, right? If you are spiritual at all and you get into like chakra activation, different frequencies activate certain chakras. or unblock certain chakras that you might have for a reconnection to the self, the source. And it most definitely facilitates people's basically unplugging from the matrix. It's widely associated with DNA activation, repair, and human transformation. All right. And also, Maria Renault, in her book Intervals, Scales, Tones, and the Concert Pitch, she claims conclusive evidence that the 440 hertz tuning disassociates the connection of consciousness to the body and creates antisocial conditions in humanity. Now, the actual breakdown of the number 432 and why it is believed to be the number of the universe. Now you could say this is just a coincidence, but I'll just, bring it to your attention and you can perceive it how you would like to. So the diameter of the sun equals 864,000 miles, which is 432 times 2. And interestingly, 432 itself equals 9, which is the number of completion. If you understand the 3, the 6, and the 9, the importance of those three numbers, Nikola Tesla actually figured that out. I'll link that in the description below, and you can figure out why the 3, the 6, and the 9 are divine numbers. So the diameter of the moon equals 2,160 miles, which is 5 times 432. So it was actually a study done on this. It was a double-blind crossover pilot study. So basically the context was the current reference frequency for tuning musical instruments is 440 hertz. Some theorists and musicians claim that the 432 hertz tuning has better effects on the human body, but there are no scientific studies that support this hypothesis. I wonder why. So the objective of this study was to identify differences in vital parameters, which are things like blood pressure, things of that nature, and heart rate, and perceptions after listening to music at different frequencies of 440 hertz versus 432 hertz. So the setting was a room dedicated to listening to music. This was done in an Italian city. The participants, it was 33 volunteers. No one was suffering from any acute or chronic diseases, anything that could alter the study, the test results. You see what I'm saying? So the way they did it was they had 2 sessions of listening to music on different days. Both sessions used the exact same music from movie soundtracks, but on one day they tuned those soundtracks to 440, and on the other day those songs were tuned to 432. Now each session consisted of 20 minutes of listening. So they listened to 20 minutes of the exact same songs, but just on 2 different frequencies on 2 different days. So the vital parameters, so these are all the different things that they were checking for. Vital parameters, which is blood pressure, heart rate, respiratory rate, oxygen saturation. They were looking for perceptions, like how was your physical and your emotional sensations, which could be fatigue, stress, levels of concentration during the listening session, and basically just general satisfaction, like how well was that music being perceived on each frequency. So the results, 432 hertz tuned music was associated with a slight decrease of blood pressure values, although not significant, but it was still a slight decrease. It was a marked decrease in the mean of heart rate, which was it went down negative 4.79 beats per minute, and also a slight decrease of respiratory rate values compared to 440 hertz. The subjects were also more focused on listening to the music and more generally satisfied after the sessions in which they listened to 432. So this goes back to it being tied to your chakras. See, it's gonna align you with a certain vibration. You're gonna feel a certain way once you listen to this music. So it's no surprise that these people felt like more generally satisfied, because that tuning is more soothing, it's more relaxing, more calming. 442, excuse me, 440 is more uh fear induced, more sadness, loneliness, depression. You see what I'm saying? Those are those type of emotions that reside in that type of in that type of frequency. So the conclusion to this study is the data suggests that 432 hertz can decrease heart rate more than 440. The study also suggests repeating the experiment with a larger sample pool and introducing randomized controlled trials covering more clinical parameters. If y'all want to know how to actually tune your music to this frequency, I use YouTube. So the songs that I listen to, and I don't listen to, I listen to underground artists. I don't really listen to signed artists, you know, those agendas that they promote. I don't really know if that frequency is going, you know, if they doing some type of black magic that's being performed on that record. I don't really know if that frequency go get rid of it, you know what I'm saying? At least it's gonna be more peaceful to you, but I don't know what kind of little things gonna sneak through the crack, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really listen to like mainstream music, but I do listen to a lot of underground in 432. That's really all I listen to, man, for real. And it's very peaceful. It's very peaceful. It gives you a clear mind, you know. It helps you collect your thoughts. It helps you just like calm down. Like, when is the last time you just sat there and just like breathe, you know what I'm saying, and really just sit there and you know, just collect your thoughts, collect your mind. See, that's what 432 does for you. This 440, you can't collect your thoughts with that. That ain't what it was designed to do. Everything is designed to put us in a lower frequency. We have to understand ourselves. Nobody's gonna do this for us. Nobody's gonna look up these things and tell us this. The news is not gonna tell us shit like this. So we have to do our own inner workings, you know what I'm saying? And share these type of things with each other, because that's what's gonna help rise the frequency of the universe in itself. You see what I'm saying? If less people are operating in this lower vibration, man, that's when that great awakening gonna start happening. And it's already happening, because more and more people are starting to realize like what's really going on. They breaking free from that mental bondage, you know what I'm saying, that's been going on for so long. So yeah, man, y'all do y'all research on that. I'm gonna leave links in the description. And that's it, man. I'm out.